against Iowa. Iowa presents problems certainly with Garza for anyone but Gonzaga. Too offensive-minded, too efficient. Gonzaga marches on. Then we match up with Michigan. Yes, in the East, Michigan going head-to-head with Alabama. Alabama presents problems with the three ball, but too much Hunter Dickerson in the middle, and Michigan advances. Then we talk about Baylor hooking up with Ohio State out in the South in the Elite Eight. Baylor just is a good basketball team, but I like the Buckeyes, Liddell and Washington. And then we look at Illinois in the Midwest playing West Virginia. Illinois too strong for Bob Huggins' club. Too many weapons. Illinois moves on, setting up a championship game between Illinois and, yes, Gonzaga. And when it's all said and done, Reese, Gonzaga cuts the nets down. National champs 32-0, and they do what Bob Knight did in 1976 with the Hoosiers.
I think it's a bad thing to have chalk at the end, but there's a lot in the Elite Eight. What do you got, Fon?
No question. I have Gonzaga, Iowa, Florida State, Texas, West Virginia, Illinois, Ohio State, Baylor. Then Baylor against Illinois. Baylor narrowly beating Illinois. Then Gonzaga beating Florida State. Baylor national champion.
I've got Zags against Kansas. Yeah, I got Kansas in there coming off their quarantine with Zaga. They're just too good offensively. Florida State, right, their defense and their length against Texas, but Texas' defense is just a little bit better. I got Texas advancing. West Virginia against Illinois. Hey, you can't go against the superhero. I'm going to go with Illinois right there, and Ohio State and Baylor just the best backcourt in college basketball. Baylor, Illinois. This is going to be an interesting game, but I've got Baylor advancing, Zags in Texas, the offense of Gonzaga just too much. And then in the championship game, I've got Baylor cutting down the nets.
I have absolute chaos in the first two rounds. 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, all going home. They're out of quarantine. But in the Elite Eight, Gonzaga's going to take on Iowa. Michigan's going to take on Alabama. Baylor and Ohio State are going to play, and then Illinois and West Virginia. All right? That's a lot of chalk.
Well,
but I do have a 3-seed in there.
What's next?
I have a 3-seed in there.
What's next?
Well, who's going to win?
Baylor and Illinois, Gonzaga and Alabama.
Okay.
And then Gonzaga and Illinois are going to play in the title game.
Okay.
And Gonzaga's going to win, and Mark Few's going to go fishing.
They might be watching Mark Few carefully to make sure he doesn't slip out and go fishing.
He might go fishing in the local creek.
There's a couple of nice ponds down there.
That's for sure. Okay, here's how it's going to look as well. I, too, have a lot of upsets early. The Elite Eight goes a little something like this. Much like everybody else has, got Gonzaga and Iowa. I got Florida State and Texas. Texas with that size will get past Alabama and get there. You got Florida State beating Michigan. Baylor, Ohio State, Illinois, Houston. Then you go to the Final Four. You got Gonzaga and Texas. You've got Baylor taking on Illinois, and it'll be Gonzaga and Illinois.